What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, your man's Toxic Gibble, or even Wood. Back at it with another video, and today we're going to be doing my December 2023 monthly check. And for those who are new to my monthly checks or new to my channel in general, my monthly checks are when I rank every single movie I've seen this month from the worst to the best. So mostly, of course, new releases, and then also some movies at home that other people have seen that I had not seen. So like classics like Ghostbusters or whatever. Even though I've seen Ghostbusters, I'm just giving honorable mentions. And then after that, we have my overhaul, which because of Christmas, I had a lot of stuff. So a lot of stuff to show. So that's gonna take most of this video. And also I usually show my new pictures that I have on the ceiling, as you can see right there. But unfortunately this month I do not have any pictures on the ceiling. I know it is because December was a really crazy month for me personally. So we had a lot of stuff going on. My sister's boyfriend proposed to her, so they're engaged now, so we were planning the wedding and stuff, so it's really crazy. And then the end of November last month too was crazy, so it's been crazy last few weeks, so I wasn't able to draw really, so sorry about that. Also, before we get into the actual ranking and stuff, but don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number one, it's absolutely free. Number two, on the road to 500 subscribers, just 8 away now. It'll really help out your boy if you did subscribe. Also, if you missed my previous monthly checks I've done in the past, they're in a playlist on my YouTube channel if you'd like to check that one out. Also, don't forget to like the video as well, because let me know that you do like my monthly checks, and it'll help with YouTube algorithm recommend the video more. And do feel free to comment your monthly checks down below. But I gotta blow my nose, and if I'm coughing a lot during this video, it is because I'm still sick, but not as sick. So, yeah, it's probably the sinuses leaving. So, yeah. Okay. Okay. Also, I just want to get this out of the way so I forget. This is one of my, overhaul things. I got a Grinch Christmas cup, so I don't even know why I'm still drinking out of this, because it's not Christmas anymore. But anyways, let's get into the actual ranking itself. We always start with the rankings. So, and also, just in case if y'all are curious, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new releases. And then I have 4 movies that I've never seen before that many people have seen before. So, unfortunately, coming into last place for this month, it is going to be Netflix's / Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon Part 1. And this movie was just another disappointment out of 2023. Is it utterly a bad movie? No. I would say it's a very meh or mid movie. Let's just get this out. Excuse me. Starting off with the positives, I really liked the main protagonist. I don't know the actress's name, but she did great in that role. Also, the visuals were quite stunning in this movie, and I like the dark tone that they go throughout the most of the movie. But, unfortunately, that's where all my positives end for this movie. So, for this movie, I thought it was... So, I heard going into it, it is beat for beat Star Wars, and I was going, no, they can't really do that. And no joke, it is literally beat for beat Star Wars. With, like, I would say 75% of this movie feels like a Star Wars movie, and then 25% they do something different. So, it literally follows the same beats as the first Star Wars. You got the Han Solo character, you got the Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, all that sort of stuff. They just go beat for beat, same beats of the movie. Also, I thought all the side characters weren't very interesting. They could have developed them a little bit more. And, part 1 stuff, it ended fine, I guess. It's just a very meh movie, but for me. But yeah, it's hopefully Rebel Moon Part 2's better. Fingers crossed. We'll see. Coming in number 9, the first movie that I've seen that many other people have seen. Not many, I would say, because I don't think most people know about this movie. Ninth place, I have Planet 51. So for those who do not know what this movie is, it is an animated movie that came out in, like, in between 2009 and 2011. I think it came out 2011. Where it's a bunch of aliens and they have a human come from Earth and ends up landing there on their planet, and they think he's an alien even though they're aliens and stuff. So, you know, you get it basically. And he's trying to run from the FBI. There's a human that's trying to help him to escape the Earth. So, yeah. But starting off with the positives. Excuse me, I just got blown my nose again. Justin Long is the main alien that's trying to help the human in this movie, which I like seeing him and stuff. He's a cool actor, and I think he's highly underrated. Ever since Jeepers Creepers, I've been a fan of him. And this one, I think he voices pretty good. There's also Jessica Biel's in here, too, where she voices kind of like the love interest of Justin Long's character, so she did fine, I guess. And then as for the Gary Oldman's in here, but I don't know who he voices, which is usually very hard to tell because he has a very distinct voice that you can tell who he is. And The Rock voices the human. So, and he does okay, I guess, but otherwise, no wonder why that many people talked about this movie. Well, how I found out about this movie is I remember seeing the trailer all the time whenever I would put the Cloudy and the Chance with a Chance of Meatballs movie disc in. And yeah, no wonder why many people talked about this movie. It's just, it's fine. It's good for kids, I guess, but it's, as for teenagers and up, it's okay. It's not one I would dread watching again. If my future kids wanted to watch this, I'd be okay with it, I guess. But I'll probably play on my phone during some certain sequences. So it was alright. Coming in at number 8, we have The Shift. And for those who did not know this one as well, this is by the same people that did The Chosen. Angel Studios is the company's name. And this ended up being okay for me. I didn't know it was by Angel Studios going into it, but overall, so when I saw their names popped up, I went like, is this gonna be preachy? And I'll give it to its credit. I thought it wasn't that preachy because I heard Nefarious was quite preachy and boring with the two people sitting together at the round table or whatever. It's a very controversial subject on YouTube because most people will get at you if you dislike that movie, which I haven't seen it, so don't dislike me. And as for this one, I think it's very well acted. It has Sean Astin pop up in here, which I thought it was cool to see him in a movie again. He has a fun little side role. And also, Neil McDonough's in here. I mostly know him from the CW verse, probably from Arrow. And he does phenomenal as the villain. I forgot what the villain's name was, but he did pretty great too. And then the main lead was pretty good too, even though I thought his character was a little bit mixed. The things he does throughout the film. But, otherwise, besides that, and I do like some of the futuristic aspects, but not all of it. But back to the preachy side, they throw in some stuff where they talk, like, I don't know how to explain this without, I did a full review. If you want more in-depth thoughts and more direct words coming out of my mouth, check out the review. But they tried to add some biblical aspects where they talk about, like, God and stuff, and where they try to convince them to come help or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And if they did it right with the dialogue, I think I would have I thought it would have been fine. I thought it would have been fine. But the dialogue was a little bit weird for those certain scenes. And also, even though it's an hour 45 minutes, I did feel, or somewhere close to 2 hours, I did feel it dragged during some certain sequences. But otherwise, it was okay. My mom was hyping it up to go like, oh, there's this cool movie, The Shift. And I ended up going like, okay, it was fine, just not for me entirely. It's fine. Okay, now going into number 7, and this is split with a whole lot of people, but I have Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. So, this was the last. I saw this a little bit later. I saw it. Wait, I have a short. I watched it Monday. And overall, I thought the movie was entertaining. Is it amazing? No. Do I think it's bad? No. I think it's okay. Another okay movie this month. Yeah, it's just another very wash, rinse, repeat superhero movie where you know what's going to happen. It's so predictable. You know what's going to happen throughout the most of the movie. That's my biggest negative with it. It's a very safe bet, but I did have some fun with this one. I thought the brother dynamic between Orm and Aquaman definitely did carry throughout this movie. That's probably the best part going for this movie. And also, I was mixed about the Black Adam stuff. They could have developed him a little bit more. Some more negatives, they sideline quite a bit of characters. They sideline Nicole Kidman, and they also sideline, as the people like to call her, Amber Turd, which I thought was okay, I guess, but I feel as if they should have done something to her character so they could have made it mean a little bit more when Black Manta and Aquaman are fighting, if that makes sense. And another bad. The CGI in this. It's not Flash bad, even though I like the Flash movie, but it's still pretty bad CGI throughout the film. And then the action sequences are pretty fun too, because James Wan knows how to do action, but otherwise it's a very middle-of-the-road DCEU movie, and it's not the best way to go out of the DCEU, but it's not the worst. If it ended off Justice League, that would have been a big kill to the DCEU universe. Gotta take a drink of water. Coming in at number 6. So from here on up, I'll say all these movies are good or great. So coming in at number 6, I have A Raisin in the Sun. So this was my most recent Movies as Literature movie. I have a class known as Movies as Literature, for those who do not know, where I watch some certain movies and I write an essay or talk about them. And this was one that I thought was good. It's just, I have to be in a certain mood to watch some great black and white movies, and this was another one of those. There's some exceptions here and there, but this was good. Definitely the performances are all phenomenal, and this won a couple of Oscars, which I think it definitely did deserve to win a couple of Oscars. Has an interesting plot for the time that I don't think has been done as of late, where there's this African-American family where they're trying to move into a house in a new neighborhood, and then the white people are trying to convince them to basically leave and stuff, and then the dad of the family is getting drunk all the time, so it's very hard to do, and I overall thought it was good. It's just, I'd have to be in a certain mood to watch it again. It was good. It was good. But will I ever rewatch it again? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It depends. Okay, now top 5, people. Alright, coming in at number 5, I have Zathura. And that might shock some people. I've never seen Zathura before. And I've heard many people call this a cousin to Jumanji. Mostly Sean Chandler. I've heard him say that analogy before. And yeah, I could definitely see this being a cousin to Jumanji. It's basically Jumanji, but it's a space board game instead. Do I like this more than Jumanji? If I would have seen this before Jumanji, the first one, I would have probably liked it more. But do I think it's better? No, I don't think it's better. But it is fun. It has Josh Hutcherson in here, in a kind of in a, whatchamacallit, punk kid role, and he does a great job here. It's one of his earlier performances. Also has Kristen Stewart in here before she had Twilight fame, so that was pretty funny seeing her in there. She's the sister. And it also has, not Bill Paxton. I don't know why I forget his name. I always get him confused with Bill Paxton, but the dad, he's in here too. Whatever the actor's name is, but Tim Robbins, I think that's what his name is. He was pretty good in here for the amount he was in. And then the CGI in here was pretty good. It was definitely a little iffy at sometimes, but the CGI was pretty good for the time compared to other stuff like The Flash. Even though that movie's still good, I think the CGI is pretty bad. I think that's pretty much all the positives. Negatives wise, I think I can only think of a couple things. Like, it's definitely very predictable, and there's a twist in the movie that I saw coming a little bit. So yeah, because a character mentioned it, and I was going like, oh, then that's the twist. But otherwise, it was good. I recommend Zathura. It's definitely very reminiscent of Jumanji, though, but not to the offensive. Not offensive, but not to the level of Rebel Moon with Star Wars, where that's like literally just a Star Wars movie with a different title. This is definitely different by a tad bit. Now, coming in at number 4, I have the love letter / making fun of movie of Galaxy Quest, which is kind of a Star Trek movie, and this movie was a lot of fun. I had a lot of good time with it. I was not expecting to love it as much as I do, and like it as much as I do, and surprisingly, this has a 90% Rotten Tomatoes. I was surprised when I saw that. This has a star-studded cast. As Tim Allen, as Sigourney Weaver, Sigourney Weaver, Alan Rickman, and it also has a young Justin Long in here too. And then I forgot what the dude's name. Oh, Sam Rockwell is in here too, and the dude that plays Monk, I forgot what his name was, but he's in here too. So it has star-studded cast. It has a couple of good laughs here and there, especially with the people that have, I think they're called bow cuts or whatever, where they're small black hair or whatever. And they go, I can't do it well, but they're funny in this, and it has a lot of pretty good special effects throughout here. And overall, Galaxy Quest was just a fun time, and made me laugh quite a few times, which a movie has to do a lot to make me laugh, and it made me chuckle quite a few times. So Galaxy Quest was a fun time, and it is the definition of a toxic goodness movie for me. So be sure to check out Galaxy Quest if you're a Star Trek fan. All right, coming in at number 3, well, top 3 people. The rest, all 3 have new releases. Also, I just would like to point out, yes, I'm aware that I missed some movies on streaming and in theaters. I was just busy. I didn't have time to check most things out or draw things, so I really wanted to check out Chicken Run Dawn of the Nugget on Netflix, just didn't have the time, unfortunately. I wanted to check out the Very Merry Little Batman special and Candy Cane Lane and the Diary of a Wimpy Kid new movie, but again, was a little bit late to it. And then as for new releases, I wasn't able to see Migration or Ferrari or Boys in the Boat. Those are the movies I really wanted to see. And I could have seen The Color Purple, but I would have preferred to see the other 3 instead. So that is just wanted to point that out of the way. If you're going like, where's this movie? Did you see this? No. So I didn't see those, unfortunately. Coming in at number 3, I was late to the party again to check this out. Just crazy month in general for Christmas and stuff. So it is Wonka, the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory / Willy Wonka prequel. And if you missed my short ranking of the 3 Willy Wonka live-action movies, be sure to check that one out. But I thought this movie was really, really good and charming. Very charming movie. The standout part of the movie is Timothée Chalamet's performance as Willy Wonka. For those who do not know, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is in my top 30 favorite movies of all time. And Timothy Chalamet is a great new adaptation of Willy Wonka. And honestly, I love Gene Wilder, but Timothy Chalamet might be my favorite version of Willy Wonka. I thought he was phenomenal in this. The CGI effects are pretty decent. They're not terrible and they're not amazing, but they're pretty decent. I forgot the actor's name was, but the Oompa Loompa was hilarious. The minimum screen time he was on, he was pretty funny. What I'm trying to think of, the props, the stage design and all the costumes and stuff, they did a good job on that as well, and the props and stuff. And as for negatives, I thought that the only side characters all the other side characters besides Noodle and Wonka, I thought were all pretty they didn't develop them as much. And also, I thought there was a little bit way too many musical numbers for me, but otherwise, it was a good time, and I really enjoyed Wonka. Now, top two. These two, I'm saying it here now before I post my yearly check tomorrow. These two are definitely in my top 3 favorite movies of the year so far. And coming in at number 2, just so close to getting number 1, is Godzilla Minus One, ironically. Wait, I just thought about that. I kind of ironically did that, so I put Godzilla Minus One at 2, which that's pretty funny. I didn't realize that. But anyways, Godzilla Minus One is not just one of the best movies of the year, in my personal opinion. One of the best Godzilla movies out there. Probably the best Godzilla movie. The CGI effects were phenomenal, and this is by a company in Japan, and it kind of makes us be ashamed in America. We're going like, how come we can't do effects like that? It's just, the CGI effects for Godzilla were great. The human characters were so lovable, the best Godzilla characters out there, and this one kind of focuses on the humans a little bit more, but which is a mixed aspect for me. But if it didn't focus on them much, I think they wouldn't have become as great characters as they were, because the characters in here were so good. They developed them so well. Also, the fights throughout the film were really cool, and the Godzilla action and carnage candy was really fun. And especially at the end fight, I got goosebumps when it played it plays the like, the classic Godzilla theme. That was really cool to see. And yeah, Godzilla Minus One. I also have a review of this on my channel if you'd like to check that one out. This movie was amazing. And yeah, Hollywood, take notes from Japan, because they building the killer great movie version of Hollywood over there. So definitely take notes. But coming in number 1, I'm probably convinced right now is my favorite movie of the year. And that is The Iron Claw. So, I'm a big-time wrestling fan. I've been watching since 2018 and probably fell in love with it almost immediately. And I've watched a couple of clips here and there of previous matches that have happened over the last 100 or 120 years or so. And yeah, The Iron Claw focuses on the Von Erich family, which... going into this one, I knew this one was going to be a sad one. It's definitely... I don't know if I'll ever rewatch this one again, but it was phenomenal. All the performances were phenomenal as well. Zac Efron as Kevin was amazing, and I think it should be nominated for the Oscars. I definitely think he should win too, but if he doesn't get nominated for the Oscars, at least, I'm going to be very upset, because I think he definitely deserves to at least be nominated. He doesn't have to win, but he has to be nominated for his performance, because he was phenomenal in this. I don't know what's going on out there, sorry. I forgot what the dude's name was, but it was stuck in my head. But the person that played Carrie was also phenomenal in the role, and everyone in here was just phenomenal. The dad was phenomenal, even though he's kind of one of those characters where you're going, what are you doing? You're literally kind of ruining your whole entire lives, you know? And the dad does phenomenal. Also, the other Von Erich brothers were pretty good in here too. David and Mike were both good. And for the tear-jerking moments during the movie, it definitely hits right at home. It definitely kind of makes you want to cry. Also, Lily James in here was phenomenal as not Zac Efron, Kevin's Von Erich's wife. She did phenomenal in here, and also the chemistry between them two was really good. And honestly, I could talk about this movie all day. This movie was absolutely phenomenal. And you guys, if you guys have not seen The Iron Claw before this year ends, be sure to check it out because it is amazing. And if you're wondering if I had any negatives, I didn't have any negatives, but I did have a mixed aspect where in this one they leave out a Von Erich brother, but because of the runtime, which was a little bit of a move that I didn't like, but when I heard that when I was watching reviews and stuff, supposedly they meshed the two of the Von Erich brothers, one in the movie and the one that isn't in the movie, and kind of sort of but added their two tragedies into one Von Erich. So, and it definitely worked out in its favor, and The Iron Claw was phenomenal. And whenever it comes out on 4K Steelbook, I'm definitely copping, or 4K or whatever. The high quality edition, I'll definitely get. So that is my monthly check, guys. And now we move on to the overhaul, which this is gonna kill me. I'm pretty sure this is a huge overhaul. So, let's get the one out of the way first so I don't not break it, but disattach everything, and then I'd have to reattach everything again. I gotta be careful with this. So I'm gonna move it for all of you to see because I don't want to turn the camera or anything. So, no. I'm gonna do that after I do the stuff that I got, like, from my dad and my sister. So, and then I'll do my stuff that I got for Christmas. Alright, so, okay, so first off we have, I don't even know why I have this in the collection. I just saw a Blu-ray, and I said, yeah, I'll keep it, or whatever. Maybe it's good, whoever knows. Is Tinkerbell and the Great Fairy Rescue. And it had a slipcover, too, so that's another positive. So, never seen this. I just said, what the heck, I'll get it, so. Then we have the others, which the others, I know the big twist, and my parents have always watched. Well, not my parents, but my family has always watched. I've just never sat down to watch it entirely. But I do know the twist, unfortunately, so there's that. So I can't comment on that. Parental Guidance. If you guys have not seen this is pretty funny, actually. It has quite a few hilarious funny moments throughout. As Billy Crystal, so the guy that voiced Mike Wazowski right there. And it also has Marissa Tomei, too, and, yeah, there's a lot of funny moments. So, if you have not seen Parental Guidance, I recommend. It's very funny. Excuse me, I just burped again. Excuse me again. Then we got the Star Trek remake from 2009. I'm pretty sure everyone was expecting this to be very eh. And this one, the new Star Trek trilogy is definitely better than the original trilogy. I'll say that with confidence, even though it's my own opinion. And I just love that trilogy. Even though the third one's a little bit okay, the first two are amazing. So, the first Star Trek is great of the new trilogy. So, that goes there. Then I got It's a Wonderful Life on 4K, and I think the movie's good. I haven't watched it on 4K yet, though, because I'm very curious what this looks like on 4K, because it's gray, black, and white, you know? So I'm curious what they did to make it look good and see the actual difference between DVD and 4K, you know? Alright. And then where's Josh? Pitch Perfect 1. Pitch Perfect 2. And then I got Pitch Perfect 3, which is on Blu-ray, which is interesting that these two are on DVD. On this one's on Blu-ray, but whatever. Again, sort of the same thing with the others. I've always seen my parents and my sister always watching those, but I never actually watched them by myself, so, or seen them fully, so. And I've heard the third one's pretty compared to the first two, so, yeah, I'll watch those whenever I get the chance, I guess. Robin Hood on 4K from 2018. I have fond memories from seeing this in seeing this in theaters with my dad, and I think this is a pretty good like adaptation of Robin Hood. Is it the best Robin Hood movie? I wouldn't say so, but I think Taron Egerton is a really good Robin Hood, and Jamie Foxx is really good as hang on a second. Wait. Lil Jon. He's fun as Lil Jon. So, if you guys have not seen Robin Hood 2018, I recommend. It's a solid watch. The Santa Claus, a classic Christmas movie that I gotta watch every single Christmas. And, this is the best out of the trilogy in the TV shows. So, Tim Allen's great in that role. And probably his most iconic role besides Buzz Lightyear. And then finally, for the stuff that that I got from my parents and my sister, The Great Wall, which I have never seen before. It's been in my collection not my collection, but in the family collection for years, but I've never watched it. So, yeah. With that being said, now we move on to my actual entire Christmas collection, which I have more stuff than I do there. So, for my actual collection. Oh, my knees. Okay. Okay, so first thing is first. I'm going to get the hardest thing out of the way first. Hopefully it doesn't fall. Okay, I'm not going to... Okay, so it's the Jurassic Park Lego set. I can't show it directly, but it's the scene with the car that's flipped over, and you see Alan there, and then there's the other car, which is right over here, and then the T-Rex is roaring, as you can see right there. I think you can get a better angle right there, and then the kids are somewhere over there. I'll have to give a better look, but I don't. Well, I mean, I guess I could show you a better look here. I'll show you. Oh gosh, the T-Rex is falling apart. Ah! Hang on. There you go. Okay. Stay still. Stay still, T-Rex. Okay. There you go. Okay, I'll show you a better look. So this is the actual Lego set itself. Now you get a better angle. So Alan's in the car, then there's Ian right there, and then there's the kids, and then there's T-Rex. This is flipped over car, and then this is the regular car. So yeah, that's the Jurassic Park Lego set. That took a while to build, by the way. All right, that hurt my shoulders. All right, next up, we'll get the big things out of the way first. So we got a couple of frames here, which I have not had frames in my room ever. So this is cool. I can definitely upgrade them from posters. But here I got a frame signed by the artist with Yoda and Grogu, and I forgot what this creature's name was, but that's kind of cool. So there's that one. Then I got 3 more of those things, actually. Then I got this really, really cool Daredevil one of the TV show. Let's see. There's that right there, and I think that one looks really, really cool. So I can't wait to put that on my wall. Then I have the Spider-Man, the 3 Spider-Men with Spike for some reason. Oh, no, that's not Spike. That's the head of the... That's the head of the Statue of Liberty, but there's the 3 Spider-Man right there. So, you know. Then I have Da 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 da. Jurassic Park, for those who didn't know, Jurassic Park is my favorite movie of all time, which ironically, that's why I have the Lego set too. And this is going to be cool to put on my ceiling, so that looks really cool. So, probably the Daredevil one's my favorite, if I had to rank those, though. Got blow my nose again. Alright, next up, we have the Great Movie Ride sign. Oh, boy, this thing is huge. So there it is right there. One of my favorite Disney rides of all time. When I went there, sad it's gone. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is fun, but as a cinephile, this is definitely one of the best rides. I love the Great Movie Ride, and I'm kind of sad that they took it away. So, yeah, that's definitely how I found out I was a cinephile, probably, so. Then we got these books. I'm not much of a reader, but I'll take some books, I guess. We have the Dream Traveler's Quest 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those look cool, but again, I don't know when I'm ever going to read them because I'm not really much of a reader, but they do look interesting, so I'll keep those in mind. And then we got Hulk Hogan brother on Funko Pop with Mr. T from the first WrestleMania. So that's pretty cool little duo pack right there. And that can go with my RVD Funko Pop and Batista Funko Pop, which Batista's over here and RVD's over there for some reason. But, you know, it is what it is. I like to keep some in the box. Then I have another Funko Pop. We have a Randy Orton Funko Pop, and as you guys can see right there, it is no ordinary Funko Pop. It was signed by the Viper himself, so that is really cool. So when I opened it, I went, "Oh, cool, a Randy Orton Funko Pop," and then my dad was going, "It's not just that, son. So it's signed by Randy Orton himself, so that's cool." So I shouldn't be really touching it by now, but whatever. Then we got my second favorite movie of all times, Socks, which is Scream, the first Scream. And I don't know why I have both upside down. One upside down and the other up above, but as a big Scream fan, I'll definitely take some socks, because I definitely need them for the cold weather this coming few months, so, yeah. Then I got another Lego set. This one actually was free, because I got 2 other Lego sets for Christmas, so they had a deal or whatever, so I have 3 of these. I haven't even opened this yet, but I have the Magisto's Magical Workshop, and I just remembered there's another little thing I got, not for Christmas, but new things I got. Well, actually 2 new things, right? Wait, let me see. Oh, okay, so if you guys saw, I'll get that one out too, just in case I didn't show that last Christmas. Not last Christmas, but last monthly check. Okay, what the heck? Stay still. Okay, so I got this Lego Creator set as well, to kind of celebrate the Christmas season. So it's this little coffee shop with a snowman, then a lady with a coffee cup, and then Christmas tree, and then little kid with monies. So, alright, let's put this back, and then I'll show the Turbo Man Funko Pop, just in case if I didn't show it last time. Which is, I gotta reach up for this. Okay. Which is this right here, which Jingle All the Way is in my top 3 favorite Christmas movies all time. So it's cool to have this. Alright. Now I'll put you back up there. Okay. Next up we have, so I'm a big fan of NECA figures now, and I got another one to go with my Jason Voorhees NECA figure, which I got from MegaCon, and the Back to the Future NECA figure, which I got last Christmas, ironically. So I got another one. It is Alf, which that's really cool how it opens up and stuff. I'm a big fan of the Alf TV show. It just ended so terribly. Like in the last episode for season 4, it's the last season too, so it ends horribly where Alf ends up getting taken by the FBI and stuff. And we don't even get a season 5 from that. So that's so, So, and we ended up getting animated Alf after that. So, yeah, that was just so aggravating. Like, why would you end the TV show like that? All right. And then I'll get another 2 Lego set out of the way. I don't have the actual Legos in here because I'm building this currently right now. It is the Lego DeLorean Time Machine, and Back to the Future is my 3rd favorite movie of all time. So, and that is my first ever vehicle Lego set that I got. So, that is definitely gonna be interesting. Then we move on to one more thing before we get into the movies and TV series. We got Avatar's Frontier of Pandora on PS5. I played this on Christmas Day, and I play this every single Monday now instead of Overwatch. So this is a brand new game, and so far I like it. It's definitely like a Avatar version of Monster Hunter. That's what I would say, and it's so far fun. I like it. Then we got the only TV series, which this TV series is probably in my top 10 favorite TV series of all time, is the Blu-ray Complete Collection of the Incredible Hulk TV series, which, even though it's a little bit dated, yes, in some aspects, it's still a phenomenal show. Easily the best Bruce Banner, so, played by Eric Bana, and yeah, this show I love. And it has a darker tone, too, than you might think. So, the Incredible Hulk TV series is great. Then we got most of the movies. So, we'll start off with some... Yeah, alright. So, I got some upgrades in here. So, I have the Jurassic Park 3 movie collection of the first 3 movies. And now, since Jurassic Park is my favorite movie of all time, I have the 4K of the original Jurassic Park. So, that's great, and I can watch the original Jurassic Park on 4K, so that's really cool. And then I have the DVD 3-pack of 3 King Kong movies, which is this one I'm about to show you, Godzilla vs. King Kong from, like, the 1970s, I think, and King Kong Escapes or something like that. And that upgrade is the 4K version of the Peter Jackson 2005 King Kong version. This is my favorite King Kong version, even though, yes, it doesn't need to be 3 hours long. No, it doesn't. But otherwise, still a great King Kong movie. So, I like King Kong, so I have it out on 4K now. Then, we got... Well, I'll start with the one that I already opened first. The ones that I already opened first, I should say. Well, only one. I'll do one, then I'll save the one for last. We have Scream 2 on 4K, which I rewatched on Christmas night, and honestly, I didn't like it the first time I watched it. Well, I thought it was okay the first time I watched it, and now that I think about it, I think it's actually a good sequel. I enjoy, just in case any people haven't seen it, I enjoy one reveal of the killers a lot. I like his, hers, or their balls to the walls, crazy performance. Definitely not one of the first killers levels in this first Scream, but it's definitely good. And then the other reveal, it's just even though, yeah. So Scream 2 on 4K, and this goes with the 4K Steelbook of the original Scream, so that's cool. Then we got, I was about to do the dun 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 dun, but that's the wrong version. It is the Dark Knight trilogy on 4K. This was a surprise. My parents did a good job of hiding this from me, because I had no idea that this was going to be in my collection, because I had a feeling some of these other ones would be in my collection, but this one I was not expecting. So the Dark Knight trilogy on 4K. So what do I need to say about the Dark Knight trilogy? All 3 of them are great, and even though most people give Dark Knight Rises crap, that's still a good movie in my eyes. And yeah. Then we got Red Dawn on 4K, the original, and I've watched the reboot, and I like that one. As for this one, my parents started it one time, and that I was in the room, and then I was going this is kind of boring, so I left, and never have watched the original Red Dawn, so I can watch it in pristine 4K now, so that's good. Then I got one of the new releases that I got for Christmas, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse on 4K. One of the best movies of the year. Animation's beautiful. Miles and Gwen are great characters, and yeah, I can't wait to see what this looks like on 4K because I bet it's beautiful. Because this has even better animation than the first one, which the first one was great animation too. So can't wait for Beyond the Spider-Verse, but why'd they have to end it like that? That was such we have to wait so long for the Beyond the Spider-Verse. All right, last two things. Oh my goodness, I got a headache from that. We have the number one thing I wanted for Christmas. As a big Chucky fan, I wanted this. So it is the Child's Play 7 movie collection of all the movies, and I like all these movies except for two. One I'm talking about, the two I'm talking about, I'm sorry, is Seed of Chucky and Cult of Chucky, which Cult of Chucky I think is okay, but I do not like Seed. So, all the other movies I really like, though. And I do like the remake, but I do not, unfortunately, have the remake, though. So, yeah. And then, along with that, I got the original Child's Play on Blu-ray Steelbook, which they didn't have the 4K Steelbook, but this Blu-ray Steelbook is really cool, though. Look at that. And then you got the back and stuff. So, I'm collecting 4K Steelbooks nowadays, so, or Steelbooks in general. So, yeah, that's really cool. And then I forgot to mention these two things, too. I have 2 Amazon gift cards from my aunts, so thank you both very much. I appreciate it. So, yeah, these are 2 new things. Oh my gosh, that was probably the largest monthly check I've ever done, and that gave me a headache too. Alright, well, I hope you all enjoyed me, definitely struggle with the headache, the coughing, and then the blowing my nose. But before we get to actual ending of the video itself, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number 1, it's absolutely free. Number 2, we're on the road to 500 subscribers. Just 8 away now, just last time I checked. So, also don't forget to like the video if you do like my monthly checks, because let me know that you do like it. Then I'll upload the YouTube algorithm recommend the video more. If you missed my previous monthly checks I've done in the past, they're on a playlist on my YouTube channel if you'd like to check that one out. Also, don't forget to ring the bell for notifications on notification on Apple, because we do multiple uploads here on the channel every single day. I'll share the video, because also, man, we can have some more people join the talks. And do feel free to comment your monthly checks down below. But with that being said, guys, I'll see y'all next one, everybody. Peace.